go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. Through the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, the highway, and in the driveway. Isn't that strange? Cause I'm trying through the climb, I ain't like pain. You never hear the bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, is belief. We'll see with the negativity, but I just gotta let that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past, start a plan, and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go,
Woke up this morning, I didn't give a fuck. Took the first sip of my coffee, and I knew I still didn't give a fuck. It's a beautiful morning, and guess what? I don't give a fuck. Woke up this morning, I didn't give a fuck.
What's up, guys? Hey, I'm late. I was on time, actually, but I was trying to put a new intro together because I've been working on it, and I guess the file size is too big. I'm really upset about it because it's a badass intro. It's totally new, something just completely different. So be ready for that when you see it. But hello, everybody. I've been seeing you in the chat. Not too often White Boy goes live 2 days in a row, but I think I'm going to do a little something different this live because I've realized something, and I have to change the way that I present this show. And I just want to open up with this. Look, for years now, man, I've built this channel from scratch, from anything from me telling stories about prison life and what I've gone through, addiction, and into the true crime community. It's blossomed and I've grown, and I do my parodies. I love you guys, and it's just been growing. I've always been myself. I've always never give a fuck. I've never been, apologetic. But with all that said, my supporters, like, a lot of times when I do this, I'm talking on here, right, to you all, right? I'm talking to y'all, and when I'm talking about something, I'm expecting like people to understand what I'm saying. And a lot of people have common sense, but maybe everybody doesn't have the basic like concept of the law and stuff. And that's my mistake. And from now on, I'm going to do better at that. From now on, I'm just going to really, if I say something and it is in like, in a direct, like, conflict with somebody who is making an accusation or something like that, I'm not going to give my opinion against their opinion. I'm going to bring receipts. Like, I have to be better. If I'm so good, and I've made myself the nickname King of Receipts. If I'm so good that I can bring receipts on all these grifting, tragedy pimp, scamming, LARPing idiots, if I can do all that within a parody, then why am I not doing it on the more serious side? Because, and I'm only saying this, and I'm only opening up with this because, like, I read my comments in yesterday's live, and I'm just like, man, I don't get it. Like, what am I doing wrong? It's not, I can't get mad at the comments, but what am I doing wrong? And it's very simple. And that's how I'm just going to do this from now on, guys. So I have failed you, but I will clean that up. And it's very simple. It's easy. But anyway, we'll get into it real fast. I'm going to debunk some ridiculous lies. And this is why Ziggy and all her grifting friends should retire from true crime. Now, this is going to be open panel. Anybody can join. I really want to see the comments from the Ziggy lovers, the Empress Ziggy, the Empress, if you will, right? This fucking fat moron and her meth head husband are just ridiculous dunces, right? And all their friends, Ernie Shell included, voices behind my balls. These people are just like retarded, right? Now I can tell you that, and a lot of you may feel the same way as me, but why are we not debunking their lies? And what, if you know this channel, I absolutely love when they say my name, because they normally never do. But when they say my name and involve it in a lie, I will bring the receipts. That is exactly what this live is about. So who's in the house? Get ready for some embarrassment. And I want you to keep in mind, as a Ziggy fan, if there's any out there watching in the bushes, as you watch me just deconstruct her entire narrative, right? Because that's all it is. You need to understand how long she's been doing this. But it's not her narrative. It's a shared narrative. I'm going to say and explain this. I actually, to be completely honest, I made a video last night. We're gonna review it, but it's a 33-minute video, right? And I was saying a lot of the things that I've just said in this live, but I'm like, you know what? I got to talk to the people. I can't put this out in video form. I need to be able to answer questions. I need to be able to, I want this to be very clear. So that's where we're at. And the beauty of me making the video is, like, Ziggy can't go, make her live private or any of that shit. Because he's mine, right? So what's up, everybody? What's up, Choco? But I'm going to be doing that a little bit more, y'all. Like, I've made the mistake of people understanding the law. And by no means am I a lawyer. By no means do I have some expertise legal degree. No, man, I've been in trouble enough. And unfortunately, you learn the system. Unfortunately, you know how the whole process of arrest goes, right? And that's not by me wanting to learn, right? When you're in a cell and people are going over their case and they're talking to somebody, there's no you can't put an MP3 player in. You can't go to YouTube Music. You're in jail. You have to listen to it. And a million of these conversations, right? Like it's crazy. People asking people, should they go to trial? This and that. You just pick up the concept of how the law works. It's very simple. And that's really how I attack these grifters, right? But I want to bust this narrative down. And about Candace, before I get to the comments, look, here's what I'm going to say on it, because I got a little upset reading my comments yesterday. Look, man, this is very simple, people. Candace didn't do anything like bad to me. I caught her in a chat, right? One of these grifters talking shit about me, and as a friend, she should have exited, right? And then and she doubled down and said some sly stuff. But here's the thing, like I said yesterday, Candace is going through something. I actually feel sorry for her. I'm not on here to attack her. You guys don't know what she's going through. What I'm telling you is, right, as a friend, I understand. It's going to come out. How in the world can it not come out if she's talking to all these weird people, right? Like, you know, so, and I already know it's out because only I knew. And then this is how YouTube works, right? I can keep my word simple, right? I don't kiss and tell, right? I'm not going to just for YouTube say, I got all the information. If I give somebody my word is my bond, man. Like it ain't going nowhere, right? So why do I have to run to the internet and tell anybody? I know how this shit works. Someone else is going to do it anyhow, right? So it's simple for me to keep my word. But I know what she's going through. There's a reason for the insanity, right? But with all that said, as a friend, it don't justify what's happening, right? I'm going to keep it real, right? Do I hate Candace? No, I don't hate her. I just think, man, Candace is in the limelight, and the public looks at her, and she should carry herself a certain way, you know. And that's just my opinion on it. But people, like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, I know even my haters know I'm not on here telling all these lies. I know even my haters know I'm not on here doing grifting and doing scams. Like, they can't even, like, they can talk shit, sure, but they can't tell you I'm over here doing all these lies. They just can't, right? And I know even the people who don't support me know that. But it's just like, I'm telling you that I know what's going on. And it's so wild to me to watch people try to tell me what's going on. It's just like, but the cat will be out of the bag. I don't have to do that. But why would I? I'm enjoying the madness. That's what this live is about today. Because these tragedy pimps think they have all the answers, and it's comical, but it's comical to watch. It's sad to watch people get manipulated. And that is what this live is about. So get to the comments, and we're going to get right into some debunking. What's up, Diamond Vibes? I saw Evil Ghost in here. Where are you earlier? What's up, Buckow? Angela? What's up, Jackie? Uncharming Dark Evil Presence. What's up? What's up? There she is. Spread the love, not the hate. How are you? Written in the stars. Mott, what's up, Running Bear? Act right. What's happening, Mama? Stay what you're doing. What's up, Shauna? Donnie Wells. That's probably not the right Donnie Wells. What? Y'all are telling me Donnie Wells? That is. So I can't see the YouTube chat, but I can tell you right now that's not Don Wells. So here's how this is. Does that guy have a wrench by his name? These people are weird. Imagine like making a let me see. Imagine like making a somebody do me a favor and block. Hold on a minute. Don't do that. Don't do that. Somebody do me a favor and block. Oh shit.
How you doing?
Hey, is that you in my chat?
Yeah, that's my new Facebook.
Oh, I almost blocked you. All right, my bad.
Yeah, just letting you know.
I'm glad I called. All right, later.
I'm going back.
Thank God I did that. All right, so that was interesting. All right, so Ziggy went live, y'all, and Don, I made you a mod, so you should send me a text or something, because that's the second time I've almost blocked you on live. That's comical kind of, but Ziggy goes live, right, about this whole situation with rap. And I'm gonna be serious about this live, guys, because I want to absolutely debunk that this theory that Candace disregarded a phone, right? Because she's claiming that rap has evidence on this phone. So I'm gonna show you guys how this makes absolutely no sense. And anybody willing to debate it in the comments, I would love you to, but I don't think that you will after this. Don, if you exit the chat, I may call you. And I put it on Noel's life. I didn't even tell him I was going live. Obviously, if I almost blocked him. But so I'm going to show you guys right now what Ziggy said about me. I don't care. That lady, she's very fat and freckly, right? She reads tarot cards, emotional, right? She's a complete joke, right? And she's so moronic and she's such a dunce that in my live yesterday, I wasn't talking shit about her. But because she's so fat and lazy, actually, no job, grifting all day, she's so fat and lazy, she depended on somebody, a subscriber of hers, to tell her I was talking shit. When in fact, in the live yesterday, I actually disagreed with why anybody would report her video is. But that's how much of a moron she is. And also her fake psychic grifting abilities. She didn't expect this live to come up. She didn't see this coming. She didn't forecast this, right? So let's have a look-see at what this moronic woman said yesterday, right? And I will absolutely destroy all this. Let's have a look. So again, I made this video last night, but I decided to go live instead. So here we go. I need you guys to put a 1 in the chat if my volume is good, 2 if it's not. Do not put a 2 if you don't like the volume level. It's a 1 if you can hear it. It's a 2 if you can hear it. Oh, no, wait, my bad. 1 if you can hear it. 2 if you can't. With receipts and actual information. One. Have a listen. What do we got?
They don't care about that. It's just they don't want people to know where Candace is staying. It was only going to be a matter of time, too. Do you not think that Don wasn't going to say something one day or like, oh, yeah. And it's so funny, like how these people, like I hear White Boy was live talking shit to me. They were talking shit about me. Dude, of course he's gonna freaking defend sex crimes. Like this dude.
So that's interesting because I never defended rap yesterday. I was upset that Candace would even talk to that guy. So who am I defending? Who am I white knighting for? Right? She's such a dunce. Now here is in reality how I felt about the situation. So you get her words versus mine. I'm going to show you the gaslighting. This is why now just so people understand. When these grifters talk about the Summer Wells case, I thoroughly enjoy when they say my name with lies, because I've been sitting here for years. It doesn't matter if I'm upset with Candace, right? All that does not matter. My stance on the case has always been how I look at it. I look at it on an evidence-based thing, okay? I became friends with Don, okay? If you don't understand, people, that I was not friendly with Don and Candace, right? You guys don't understand. I deleted and put unlisted on a lot of videos. I was not always friends with them. I didn't always have this outlook, okay? I apologized to Tim Mullins. I borderline defamed him. Okay, I apologized to him. He got in touch with Don. Don reached out, and I built a friendship because of, and the reason I apologize is because I'm a free thinker, man. I don't need Ziggy or Ernie Shell or any of these other grifters I'm not going to follow a narrative and that they're obviously doing. Okay, so it's not that I'm friends with them and I'm protecting them. These people, it's like there's different realities, right? But I want to completely debunk this. So what did I say? So she's saying that I'm protecting rap, right? A sex offender. Is that what I said yesterday?
Like, oh yeah, and it's so funny, like how these people, like I hear White Boy was live talking shit to me. They were talking shit about me. Dude, of course he's gonna freaking defend sex crimes. Like this dude.
It's weird to watch.
because here's what's going to happen. Again, nothing to do with Summer Wells. I don't know, for the love of me, back to that comment on the screen, why Candace would talk to someone who records her for hours at a time, but he is a sex offender. And he happens to be in Tennessee, right? Here's what's most likely going to happen. I believe that video is reported for bullying for the sex offender stuff, because the lady lips another complete moron, right? Another person who records Candace all the time. This is the people who Candace. So I don't know if Donna's in chat still or not. And he doesn't have to answer this if he doesn't want to, but if he is and he wants to, just like I just said in this video, the lady lips, complete moron, always recording them. Don, if you want to answer, you can. But have I personally told you that this lady's a nutcase? There's no shame in my game for you saying yes, because I'm telling them that I'm telling them that I tell you this, right? So it's up to you. Keep in mind, Don doesn't want a lot of drama. So, but this is all just like debating what she's saying. The better point of this and debunking her and Ernie and Cher's lies about this phone is very simple to do, people. And I'm going to do it here shortly. Associating with the comment on the screen is going to tell you a lot. So it's the truth. But this lady is like posting on her community wall about like bullying sex offenders and stuff like that. That's kind of a ridiculous statement to say, because he's not allowed on the internet. That's a violation of his bond. People don't like Rap for what he did to that girl. People don't like Candace. Believe me, I know. Believe me, I know. But they're going to call that guy's parole officer without a doubt, right? I have no sweat off my balls if they do, right? I don't like the guy. But that's not all that's going to happen. Again, none of this, any of this. So as you can see, so where exactly am I defending a sex offender Rap? See, this is Ziggy telling her audience. Now she's gaslighting me, and I have no problem just showing her words versus mine. Now who's lying? Okay, obviously Ziggy is a complete dunce. We understand this. Now it's not about me though, people. It's not about me. Again, if you don't understand when I say I enjoy when they involve me, when they talk about Summer, because I get to do this, right? But the more important issue here is this drama revolving, okay, Rap and Candace, okay? This is very simple to understand. Candace, Rap is Ziggy showing Rap's screenshots between Candace and Rap. I don't know when those conversations were. I don't know how long ago they were. But they're claiming that it's recent, and they're claiming that Candace is staying with Rap, which is also another lie. Okay, which is what my post was about last night. Okay, we'll get there a little bit later, but let's focus on I'm going to play it here in a second, because she claims that Rap has all this evidence. Rap was taught within communication with Candace. Apparently, like, she just said, you know what? I offed Summer. You know, this is how I did it. Here's where the murder weapon is. Here's why. Like, this is so outlandish. I've been talking to the Wells for years. It's amazing that everybody, all these grifters that talk to them, it's amazing. They all have these like admissions of crimes, right? Why don't I? Right? But that's just, I don't have any receipts for you to believe that, right? So what this live is about, right? So you have Ernie Shell, you have Ziggy, and you have Cher, all bonered up that Rap has, I'm going to say this. Let's just say that I'm going to say that Rap is right. I'm going to say that Candace absolutely admitted to everything on this phone. Okay, I'm gonna run with it. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm gonna run with it and then show you how ridiculous and how stupid this is, and why all these people should stop covering Summer, why all these people should stop doing true crime, and why if you follow them, you should punch yourself right in the forehead. Let's have a continue, shall we? Let's continue. Let me just find the timestamp. And we're going to go right here. Perfect. Enlighten me below, please. But this is the more important part of the live, because we'll get there last.
No, but it wasn't about where he lived. It was about to show that Candace was staying with him. It was not at all about him, really.
So just so for the ones in the back, for the ones coming in, she claimed that I was defending rap. Debunked. So there's three things to this live that we're doing today. Debunking her even saying my name. We're going to deconstruct and debunk, and I want civil discourse, debate, pushback, all of the above in the comments after this point, where this evidence that Candace threw a phone away, okay? And then then I will talk about this claim that Candace is with Rap. We are on number 2. Candace, Rap has the admission of guilt from Candace Wells herself, but what happened was the phone's thrown away. Let's have a listen, shall we?
Except it's weird. Like, it was more about Candace. That's why I didn't put out I knew where he was for months. Yeah. I knew where he was for months before anybody. He contacted me in July and let me know he was living out there. I could have got a hold of Ernie or any of them months ago.
What I absolutely love about this clip is the Zigster, the Empress Ziggy, the grifter, and her meth head husband's about to chime in. Now he's going to tell you about this phone. So let's go ahead and include why Fred Hill, why even is he in the conversation? Why Fred Hill, Ernie, Ziggy, voices behind my balls. And with the subject of the phone, what I'm going to debunk today is something that I've been saying for years, but I have to present the information better. I have to act like everybody understands what I'm saying, right? With this phone, you can go ahead and throw in trail cams. You can go ahead and throw in any other of these lies that have been said, right? Because this is digital. And I'm going to show you how simple it is momentarily.
But I didn't. When are people going to take responsibility for their own shit? You put shit out there, I'm going to respond.
That people do the research. Search on what Candace's favorite fishing hole is, they don't understand even more. Would you suppose they throw their phone and stuff in?
Oh, Fred. Now, Fred's giving us the input that there's a special fishing hole. And it's where this fishing hole location is that the phone might be. But here's the ticker. No one knows where the fishing hole is. And she's thrown the phone in the water. This is all utterly retarded. This is all utterly retarded and easily to debunk. Let's continue.
Yeah, and he was telling some concerning info about how he, Candace had told him that she threw a phone and would have had to drive several hours to get past Knoxville.
Yeah, but it didn't happen down there in Knoxville.
Oh,
that's what she said to him.
Fred, please tell her.
He tried to say she said, but it's close by.
So that little segment is so very important because we have two idiots speaking a bunch of lies. Now we're going to debunk these one at a time with actual proof. Okay, one at a time. So the first thing I want to talk about, not just talk about, but show you guys to get a better understanding, is this phone thing. I keep hearing, like I said in this video, we hear Fred say that Ernie is talking about a phone. I've heard Benny talk about a phone, and Ziggy is, her whole basis of this is because where she knows Candace is living with Rap, we'll get to that last, but because Rap is giving her this great information. Now, we've already covered how she tried to gaslight me and said that I'm defending Rap. No, I think Rap is a complete moron and another liar. And just to further down that point, there is no listen, I don't know what Candace told Rap, okay? Nor do I care, okay? Because the phone in the water thing, or the trail cams, or anything digital, is very stupid in my eyes. It's not that I'm defending Don and Candace. People need to understand, I became friends with, agree with me. This guy never shuts the fuck up. So if I could interrupt, the reason why this is utterly retarded, and we're talking about her claim that Candace, admitted to some type of guilt to Rap, right? People, what I'm about to show you is simple Google searches. This is something I've been saying for years, right? When there's a missing person case or there's investigations and the police need answers, they will ask you for your devices. Now, you can give them your devices, or they'll get a judge to get a warrant and they'll come take them. I have literally sat in this very seat and told you people that there was no warrant needed. Not only was there no warrant needed, the Wells gave the TBI their devices. The TBI scrubbed their data, okay? Scrubbed their data. And you have to understand how important data is, but I don't want you to feel like I'm convincing you. That's why we're going to have and go over these simple Google searches and explain the process of what data is. And if you can just take in this little bit of information, it'll show you how stupid these people are. So the TBI did not need a warrant to get the Wells devices. If anyone has watched this channel, and I'll probably call Don once this is all done and there's no question marks in chat and no one's scratching their head and everybody understands what I'm saying, he still has some devices at the TBI. I remember saying that and watching these idiots try to run around and be like, oh my God, there must be evidence on it. You're utterly like retarded. The TBI scrubbed their data. Don, the TBI office is not right around the corner. Everybody seems to think they have all this money from the internet. The reason that he hasn't gone there and got the whatever devices are there is he don't have money to go up there. He's not worried about what they have. I'll tell you what, if the police had some of my devices and I was worried, I'd get that shit like in 5 minutes. But obviously he's not. And they already have the data. They have the data. So these points are not only for a phone, but that goes for these trail cams, right? A trail cam. What is a trail cam? Well, you have to hook it up digitally, don't you? The very fact that people don't understand that the TBI has their data and they know exactly who they were texting. They know where their location is at. Now you'll watch this and say, no, that's not true. You can just turn your location off. Yeah, no. So what I'm going to explain here is an act. So once you either willingly give your devices to the cops, you can do that, which the Wells did, or they can get a warrant to come take them. Now, once the feds have your stuff, there's a whole legal process that they do, and they go and force companies to give them information that they need. Sure, you can turn your Google location off, but do you really think it's not in a cloud? Facebook is an app that is constantly storing and selling your data. If the product is free, you are the product, because they're selling all of your data, your fingerprint on your password, DNA data. They'll say, hey, make an avatar for your profile. They're all they're doing is wanting you to take a selfie close to the camera. So it's for AI to feed their algorithms all your data. They know what you like. There's targeted ads to how you buy things. This is like very common sense to anybody internet savvy. The very thought that Candace says, hey, Rap, here's how I did it. Here's the murder weapon, or whatever the lie is, the very thought process of that is retarded on face value, because the TBI has their data. What I don't understand, how people don't understand this, but we're going to continue with this because you will today. I used to think and buy into these theories, and I'm doing things different now. But what we're going all the is, and even phone's going to crack the case. Well, that is like, could law enforcement Google search? You can do it at home. So these are simple Google searches you can do at home, people. First one, if I threw my phone in a lake, could law enforcement retrieve the information? Googled, if I throw my phone in the lake, could law enforcement retrieve the information on it? And the simple answer is yes. Law enforcement can potentially retrieve your data from the cloud, even if your phone is in the lake, but they need a warrant or subpoena to compel the cloud service provider to release the information. So what does that mean? It goes on to say the legal process, all the information they can get, all that. But we already truly followed the case, or even listened to some things I have said. Law enforcement did not need a warrant to get the Wells devices. Don, I'm going to call you when I get through with this, because I don't want to speak for you. I don't know if I remember right about the devices at TBI. I know it was, you don't care about them. Anything you could maybe that you'd want to include off this would be beneficial. I know you don't want to be on the internet, but it's an important fact, because it's anybody who is believing people. I am all for a good conspiracy theory, but you lose me when you lose me with a conspiracy theory if there's legal basis that is debunking what you're saying. Okay. And again, I was not tight with them. Here's my journey at the Summer Wells case. It's very simple, right? I, like many, thought there was something not right. But because I'm a free and critical thinker, at some point I asked myself, why do I think this? And I only came to that point because, sure, I could listen to all these creators bash them, but what are we talking about? What are we talking about? You know, I need information. I was coming to the conclusion that there was none. And that's where I apologize to Tim Mullins and then Don. To further this point, right now in America, everybody is still grieving the loss of Charlie Kirk. The FBI has they're going back and forth, because they initially said that there's 20 people in the Discord server chat on the guy that killed him. Candace Owens is blowing the lid off of this thing. Y'all should give it a listen. But just to the facts, there's a huge conversation about what I'm talking about right now, and it's in regards to Charlie Kirk. with a Discord chat, with the FBI having to go get this information. And look, we don't know right now, because right now they do have the phones, they have the data, right? But what happened was Discord publicly said, no, we don't think that happened. Of course, they don't want somebody who killed a national story like this falling on their platform. But here, the feds are going to hit them with this right here, because this is what they do. It doesn't matter you turn your shit off. People, January 6th, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, the feds contacted Wells Fargo and Bank of America because they wanted to know who made purchases, flown into DC, made purchases, and they were literally tracking people, right, from what I'm about to show you right now. You know, you think you hold this phone in your hand and you think that you have control on it, which is it's comical. These people are making money off of your data, and I know all of you know this. But when the feds get your shit, whether you give it to them or whether they have to get a warrant for it, that is just the beginning. Then they straight, as the government, they put down on these companies, right, to really see what's going on, and that's what we're gonna get to now. Wells freely gave law enforcement their devices. In that Google search, it will tell you everything that law enforcement can access. I'm just going to run the cloud of their data. Catch up with the comments. So just to be clear, and everybody knows, just because you can't let people tell you that that somebody told them they threw their phone in the lake, and on that phone there was all this evidence, because they're lying to you, right? Law enforcement can simply pull all your data, right? If you don't want to give them your devices, they can get a warrant to get them. But that wasn't the instance with the Wells. You've probably heard me say on this channel in the past that to this day, to this very day, there are some devices at the TBI branch in Tennessee that Don has not had time to go get. Now, I've watched people try to twist and turn that into, so there's evidence. He doesn't care, because data is really important to law enforcement investigations, because if you're willing to give it to the police or not. So what I'm speaking about, so here we go. We're going to believe that Rap is just, or Ziggy, Rap, Ernie, as if any of them tell the truth. We are to believe that Candace said, you know what, Rap, here's how I did it. And here's the whole plan. And we're to believe that Ziggy was talking to Rap and he confided in her that this is the truth. But the problem was, if you've heard Agent Fred Hill explain, you don't know where the fishing hole is. You don't know where the lake she threw it was. And it's in the water. It's broken. We can't see the conversation. Duh. Ask the meth pipe. No, that's not how it works at all. It doesn't matter if your phone got ran over by a semi truck, you throw it in a volcano, you burn it in a fire, you throw it in the ocean, the shallow end or the deep end. It doesn't matter how you destroy that device. You don't physically need a phone to access every single thing on it. That is utterly retarded. Utterly retarded. But people believe these people. Now, we're talking about a phone. I've heard Benny Keys. I tried to give this jackass a slight chance, right? But he's with the lies. He's with the lies. Trail cams, lies. Phone, lies. Anything digital. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing and very coincidental that everybody who's befriended the Wells, there's like a secret, like, This is what happened, but here's the problem. And we don't know what she did with it or he did with it. I just heard Betty Keys, and then Tim Mullins had the phone in a bag. Utterly retarded. And that was so utterly retarded. He was saying that, and then Don went to jail, then Tim had the phone in a bag. He tried to make it like Tim gave all of this is retarded. It's all retarded. Tim doesn't need what part of what's today's date? What is today's date? What part of at 7:34 on September the 20th, they still have devices at the TBI is people not understanding. No, there's no evidence. First and foremost, if they found anything of concrete on any of the devices, the Wells would be arrested. Third, what part of they already have the data don't you understand? Don't be in my comments telling me that the Wells are using me or I'm protecting this is you sound silly. This is very simple. I'm telling you my journey. I'm telling you how I'm a free thinker. I'm telling you how I apologized and how I became friends with people because I see what the narrative is on YouTube. You'll have people, what I'm discussing in this live could utterly basically debunk almost every tragedy conspiracy out there. Think about it. But they'll tell you, and these people that believe it, like you can't like argue reality. You're not allowed to do that. But when these people get your phone, either willingly or by force, here's what the feds do with the phone. And even if you're not, they'll get a warrant. But just so everybody understands this, I want to fully explain this. And this is where the new white boy comes in. Damn right. Google search that I put in was, how important is a person's data from their devices on a cloud to law enforcement investigations, because it provides access to a wide range of evidence, such as messages, photos, location data, documents, comments. Even if the physical device is lost, damaged, or destroyed, this cloud data is essential for building a comprehensive picture of events, establishing timelines, and locating other individuals involved. And is accessible in a secure, centralized digital location, and it enhances on investigations efficiency. Now, there is a key point to this as well. Because data is so important, there's something called the Cloud Act. This is what I want to talk about. What this Cloud Act is whether you're willing to give your devices to law enforcement, as the Wells did, or if you're not willing, they'll get a warrant. Once they have the warrant, they use the Cloud Act as the government to get these companies almost in a forceful way to give them your data. If you use social media, if you're watching me on YouTube right now, you have to understand they're making money on your data. Everybody collects data. These social media companies. All right, shut up, dude. I'll take it from here. So the Cloud Act, clarifying lawful overseas use of data act, allows the U.S. enforcement to compel American technology companies to disclose data requested by warrant or subpoena, even if the data is stored on servers in foreign countries. It also enables bilateral agreements with other countries with strong privacy and civil liberties protections to gain direct access to electronic evidence stored outside the U.S., passed in 2018. The Cloud Act updates the 1986 Stored Communications Act to address the complexities of cloud computing. Look, this is just one little key point that I saw when I did these very basic Google searches, but it gives you some insight of what happens. I've been over here saying for years that the data is, if you're asking yourself, well, why haven't Don and Candace just been arrested? I mean, I know the whole case. I've been watching it on YouTube. I mean, you're probably, if you say that, you're probably somebody who believes that Rap has told Ziggy that Candace has told him so much, actually. So, I mean, everything. But what happened was he threw it in the water. Utterly retarded. That's utterly retarded. It's utterly. Oh, White Boy. When the TBI, when Summer went missing, they had these phones. But what about new phones? Utterly retarded. It's utterly retarded. I don't understand how people continue. So as Ziggy is explaining that Rap has this terrific evidence on Candace, and this is exactly why would I not be upset with Candace Wells? Why would she converse with somebody like this? I understand fully what's happening. It's not for me to tell anybody, but still, this is somebody you just don't deal with. But these people have been doing this for years. They always tell you that there's some there's always like some type of missing, like these tragedy pimps have always they figured the case out, right? And they know for a fact that that this is the truth, but there's a little bit of here's why I can't show it to you. Here's why I can't give it to you. And none of it legally makes any sense ever. And I'm going to do a better job to you guys to debunk these lies. But what I would really appreciate, what I would love for you to do is, if you have the information, right, debunk it in my comments. I'm not telling you to be for or against anybody. I'm not telling you to say someone is innocent or guilty. However you feel is how you feel. I don't have a problem. I don't attack people who think that Don and Candace may or may not have did something to Summer. I don't attack them. I'll invite them on this panel any day of the week for a full debate. Nobody ever shows up because they're going to come emotional. They're going to come emotional. They're going to come with just theories. In every theory that you have heard on the internet is it's if you can just take this simple concept, but there's many more that I'm going to bring to the table in the next coming weeks. And I also need you guys to tell me, nobody told me that Ziggy was talking shit about me. I had to figure that out. Where's my mods at? Where's my shit stirrers at? Where's the people who stir the pot at? How come I had to find it? I need more. I need my people to send me links, man. I'm in lack of my shit starters, and I appreciate you guys. Maybe I haven't said thank you enough. I'm gonna drop this video that I made last night. It's unlisted, but what I did do is put it on my Summer Wells playlist because Ziggy. If you haven't figured this out, people, let me explain it to you. Ziggy, Voices, Ernie Shell, all these people, they have a perceived narrative, right? They have a narrative. They don't have any facts to go with how they feel, but they're going to take. I could be upset with Candace talking to these idiots because we all know the outcome. We all know what's going to happen, right? Now, you may be looking at a different view because you don't have the full context as I do, but it doesn't matter. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, okay? These people, when they see her doing this, it's amazing. They panel up together, right? Like this rap thing is complete bullshit. There's nothing that Candace said on that. It's complete bullshit. It is. But there's another element to this, and it is Ziggy and rap, Ziggy and Ernie and Voices and all the other morons who are going to tell you where that Candace is actually living with rap. And that is utterly retarded. I didn't do a good enough job yesterday when I said, look, I know what's going on, but I'm not going to say anything. You have to respect that. But I understand by you not knowing, it leaves you not with all the information. But if I give my word, I give my word. But in the time being, I get to watch all them continue to just do more lies. And it's I know exactly where she's at. I promise to you that you have an upcoming live. This is I will delete my channel if this doesn't happen. In the very near future, I'm gonna do a live just like this and be like, look at this moron who said she knows exactly where Candace was. She swore up and down she was with rap. No, people, it will all be debunked. Because it's not true. Now, I wish I can go into that deeper. I wish I can talk about that more, but unfortunately, we're not gonna. And even if I did, that's just like the point to that is just to show you like the beginning of this, right? If I did go into that right now, it would just show you that they're lying. The same as in the beginning of this live, when she claims that I'm defending rap, I'm defending the sex offender. What? That's not what I said. But, and that's all the whole Candace is living with rap thing is going to be. It's going to be the same as it's going to be another lie. But what's crazy is I'll sit up here and tell you that. Who's somebody who's not up here telling you lies, and y'all will be in my comments telling me I'm crazy. I hate that shit, man. You got to stop doing that. It's wild to me, man. I don't care what your opinion is on the case, but don't tell me the sky is green. I can't go for that. No, man. Look, man, Candace, man, I'm not going to talk shit about Candace. Candace got something going on, y'all. And that's just what it is. I would be careful, spewing out ridiculous theories. What could be the cat will come out the bag. How do I know this? We're dealing with women. No offense. If you're, I'll say it like this. Listen, it is what it is. You'll have to feel however you feel. But I keep seeing all these guesses and stuff. And it's the farthest thing from the truth, people. All I'm telling you is, I know there's a reason for the insanity. I understand it. I don't think it makes and justifies anything. But I mean, in a deeper look into things, I guess I could. I'm just, that's just where I'm at. And I'm not going to keep talking about it. You're not going to get all these hints and stuff. This is YouTube. Do you think the cat's not going to get out of the bag? Come on, people. Come on, put your thinking caps on. Don, are you still in here? I would love to ask you real fast about the stuff at TBI. This last time, because this narrative, people, about whether it's rap having a phone, whether it's whoever has the magic phone, whoever has the there's been here's the problem. There's been so many lies. This is a copycat lie. I've heard before, I've seen this movie before actually, that Candace admitted to all this stuff, but it was on a phone and it's at the fishing hole and you don't know where it's at. Like the great input of that meth head, that dude he's been off sleep for like 6 weeks at a time, right? He's like weighs like a toothpick. He's about the size of a toothpick. He doesn't know if he's coming or going. He saw a boy or a girl. He doesn't know what. Have you ever had a conversation with a meth head? A meth head is gonna. I've never actually ever heard of a meth head ever solving a missing girl case. Ever. It's never happened. Ever. But we're to believe that Fred Hill and his mullet are gonna do that? No, dude. Stick to it's a party in the back and a fuckboy in the front haircut. Because that's all you're good at. This is not like play. Oh, how many lines of meth did you shove up your nose when you made up there's an underwater cave story? Like that had to be 8 to 9 weeks of lack of sleep. Had to be. And I've been to your house. It looks like a fucking garbage pile. It literally looks like a dumpster. Like what, who's trailer parking this shit? Where's the house at? There's like piles of garbage over the house. Beautiful property that you have. Beautiful property on a mountain. But you're on the internet. It's amazing. It's amazing. Goes to jail, gets his ass kicked on day one. Ass kicked on day one. And then keeps telling the police after he went state's evidence, he was trying to work with these police to say, actually, I know where the like you're in jail. You're in the detention center in the county where the major case of Summer Wells is going on. And you're saying, hey, me over here. I know where Summer Wells is at. They would let you out in 2.1 seconds. And they would take credit of solving the crime. There'd be a press meeting. But what they saw is, hey, over here, I have more information. And they're like, oh, this fucking guy again. Shit. Man, when he came in through intake, that dude, he was about the size of a toothpick. He was doing butt naked jumping jacks and saying the alphabet backwards, talking 1,000,000 miles an hour. Yeah, he's just a crackhead. Give him an extra slice of bologna. You're not solving anything. This is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous. Ernie Shell. What case has Ernie Shell solved? I mean, the last arrest is not doing good for his governor's race. I mean, what are the voters to think of a man getting pulled over, running with one shoe, shirt off, and telling law enforcement that Bigfoot was after him? Like, I mean, is he running in the Democratic Party? Is he a elected Democrat or liberal? So what is he actually doing here? I mean, if that's the case, it's just wild. It's wild to me. Could you imagine saying that you're running for governor when there's videos of you on the internet and people yelling at you to stay away from their young children, right? What's his slogan going to be? I'm going to make AIDS great again. Like what the fuck kind of, who believes this? Who believes this? And these are the people believe these people. People believes I'm having to do a live showing simple Google searches. Simple Google searches of it's just ridiculous. It is utterly ridiculous. And back to the it's crazy, people. These people are jokes. You all know it. I understand a lot of people hate Don and Candace. I understand a lot of people do not align with the way that I think about this case, and that is fine. I don't want to lose your support. I don't want to argue with you. We are the same. But I just ask, show me why you feel like that way. I have made the mistake of not showing you, right? So I'm going to do a better job at that, right? I'm going to do, this is not people. And what's crazy as like, it's just wild to me, right? I would never have contacted them if I felt that there was some type of guilt. I would never have contacted Chris and Katie Proudfoot if I felt some type of way. No way, people. That's wild. That's wild. You know, and it just doesn't make it. But back to the phone thing, Don, if you're in there, hey, what's up, Chill Billy? I see you, man. What's happening, bro? I want to just ask Don. He might not answer. And I'm not even mad if he doesn't, because he's doing what Candace should be doing, staying the fuck off of the internet. Just I don't want to put misinfo out, people. It's been a long time. I talked about that situation. I just want to clear it up, or just get the truth. Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, not much.
Did you were you watching it all, or did you stop watching?
Yeah, I watched some of it for a little bit.
All right, so I was breaking down this ridiculous lie about, so Ziggy is claiming that Candace magically has a phone, and you know, of course, she has said the entire she's laid out the entire crime and where the weapon is and this and the entire path, and but magically the phone is in a lake, which, and I'm debunking how stupid this is, because the TBI already has data. Now it came to a point where I want to ask a question, because a couple of years ago I remember saying this. I remember you saying like they still have some devices. Was that the kids' devices or something like that?
He has some iPads, everything. Yeah, I heard all that part. Yeah, we all give up our phones in Hawkins County. And
Yeah.
They downloaded, however they do it, on some kind of a computer. Some kind of
yeah, they're scrubbing it. Do you know
they scrubbed all our phones, all our devices. They never did bring back our Samsung TV. They haven't.
I would get
Bring
that.
back anything.
Do you know that after I did that live, I had people up there saying that it's evidence, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Well, how is it? They're far from you, Don?
Are they what?
How far is the TBI from where you guys are at?
They have an office in Johnson City. I've been up there.
So
Talking to them up there before. Yeah, they got one there. I don't know where else. It's only one I know of, Johnson City.
is that like farther than like Gatlinburg?
No, Johnson City's just like 20 minutes up the highway here.
Oh, that ain't that far. I thought it was further away from you. Yeah, I don't know. So I was trying to clear this up. You know, you can do a simple Google search on, you know, some of this stuff, and right. These people are just like, I mean, the chat sees it, but it's wild to me. You know, it's crazy. I'm watching Ziggy like literally try to convince people that I said something I didn't say, and it's just like, this is not gonna happen. She's way too fast.
It's a lie detector test, everything they wanted. They didn't have to have no search warrants for anything. But
now, when Ziggy found the dog bone that she thought was a human bone, did you get investigated for that? And how many agents came down hard on you? Did they get DNA off the dog bone?
Oh, I don't know. Oh my God. Yeah, I have no clue. I'm pretty sure they recognized that they weren't human bones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort of animal bone.
Yeah, she's a complete fucking idiot. I mean, how do you confuse that up? I mean, she should just end her career of doing this. It's just ridiculous.
Well, when she come down here, me and Candace spent a little time with her and her daughter. Her daughter's, you know, cute. Like, she's a pretty awesome girl. But she went to church with us and had a good day with us, you know, at church. And I think Ziggy should go back to church and learn about that, you know, instead of all this psychic stuff and whatever she's doing. Because not been there. I mean, I don't know. That's why I feel. I wish.
What happened when you guys got out of church? What happened when you got out of church?
We went to church. We had dinner together. Me, Candace, Ziggy, and her daughter. We went to Wendy's, had chili, went to church. I thought we had a pretty good day, you know.
Was she upset?
Yeah, she, for some reason that I don't, she broke down in the lobby and just started bawling. And I don't know why, but she did.
Well, she probably
was.
It was at that moment she probably looked at her Amazon wish list, like if people had purchased things, or it could have been she was looking at her Google AdSense for the month and realized that it was like very short. So
I think the Lord was working with her that day, and I think it just hit her, you know, and something, but I don't know. I guess she just keeps on doing what she does, I guess. Maybe one day she'll change. I don't know.
Yeah.
It took me a lot of years to figure something out, that's for sure. Trust God.
She's fat and freckly.
Do what?
She's kind of fat and freckly.
What'd you say?
She's fat and freckly.
Oh.
No, I'm just joking. I know you'd be on episode. Listen, man. All right. So I just wanted to clear that up because I wanted to talk about this data stuff because it's actually a common sense thing. If people can just I just showed like simple Google searches that I did, and it, you know, that's what I was reading, but I don't understand how people don't get this. And in my eyes, I think it's very important for a lot of cases.
If we was hiding any kind of thing, I don't know what.
Well,
we had nothing to hide, you know?
So there was a with in the Sebastian case, there was like a speculation where the stepfather was for some time, but just like in your case, they have the data, and they had already known where exactly he was. Now, me and some other creators always known that, but I'm watching YouTube and watching these same idiots tell people like, what about this time? The timeline, like their investigative skills, and you have to laugh. The problem with that is, like, I gave my word I wouldn't say nothing, but I was watching all these creators like say, and then finally one day he ended up getting mad enough and be like, the FBI knows where I'm at, and this was like it was just interesting because you know he yelled it like with force, and they all knew that he knew that, and you never heard this lie again. But it's the same players doing the same things with the same lies, and
because the TBI will make you do a timeline, you know, for the last week or whatever it was. I can't remember, but they want you to do a timeline for pretty much every hour of every day leading up to whatever incident, you know.
Dude,
and we had to do that. So
with the data, like, who do you remember? You probably don't even remember who asked you for your the devices. Was that TBI?
Hawkins County up there. They have some kind of a computer type thing.
Oh yeah.
Into our phones, and they downloaded everything. It took a good while. They scrubbed all our phones.
Oh, they do it right there on scene? They do it on scene?
Well, they had us. We went back and forth to Hawkins County several times, different things, you know, and they asked for our phones. I guess the first time when we went down up there was in the district attorney's office. We were still lie detector tests and everything, and they asked for our phones, and we handed them over. All of us did.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just explaining that.
Yeah.
All right, man. I just wanted to clear that up because I don't want to put any misinfo out, you know.
I appreciate you all, man. God bless everybody. Thank you.
All right, bro. Hold your head up. All right, man. You got a lot of love in the chat too. I was people were, if you get a chance, read the comments, man, because a lot of people are commenting and chatting to you. I don't know if you saw those.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, bro.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Bye.
All right. I was fucking with him a little bit, but I stopped doing that because he don't even come on here a little bit. I wasn't fucking with him, but I was, saying she's fat and freckly, trying to get him to agree. But I don't want to do that because he's trying to stay away from the drama. I don't want to pull him into it. So I couldn't help myself. Okay, I get excited. This is True Twister. What's up, Steve? What's happening, bro? Is that the same phone Ernie said she told him she threw the phone he gave her? Oh, yes. So I forgot about that lie as well. To be honest, Kathy, I don't know. I don't know. There's been so many different lies up about separate devices and cameras and all this types of stuff. But I do know that they scrubbed the Google accounts. You know what I'm saying? And it's not hard. Like when you're dealing with these people, these IT guys in this federal level or IT guys on even a local level, they're going to go scrub your shit. They're going to, for instance, right? For instance, on this phone right now, on this phone here, I have a lot of information on this phone, like a lot. But if we're talking like Google accounts, you guys know me as WHITEBOY, but I have like 7 other accounts on here, right? So what does that mean? 7 other emails, right? 7 other separate emails, right? And everything that those emails and those Google accounts are linked to, right? I have a fake phone number on here, right? I have it for YouTube, but I should actually, I don't even give that out anymore because I've been like doxed so many times. I don't even give a fuck. But a matter of fact, I should take that off tomorrow. But I have like my account, I have troll accounts, I have my second channel account, and those Google accounts have phone numbers associated with them, recovery emails associated with them, all types of stuff, right? All types of apps connected to them, and all these things, right? And when they scrub it, they know all that. You know what I'm saying? They have all that, right? And it's just utterly ridiculous to think that it's amazing. Well, and also to your point, Kathy, it's amazing that so is the lie I'm supposed to believe that dude with the mullet was saying? So the lie is Candace's fishing hole is where all these phones are, right? Is this the lie? It's retarded. You know how retarded that is? You can go over to Facebook, click on her profile, I think, and you can see her Gmail. So why would you need the phone? It doesn't matter if it's in a volcano or water. You don't need that. You don't need the phone to read or see anything. A matter of fact, you'd want to do it the way they do it. You look at somebody's phone like mine, there's cracks on the screen, all this types of shit. You want like a clear vision of what you're looking at, right? You can download it, you can print it, right? So Ernie Shell, he's told somebody, I don't take this guy serious. I never will. He never has receipts. He only has AIDS. He only has Bigfoot. He only has dildos. I just can't take this guy serious. And you would never catch me ever being like, hey guys, look, I figured it out. And I couldn't have done it without my investigative friend, Ernie Shell. I'd rather like hang myself. Like I'll hang myself before I do that. Like I'm never going to do that. But it's amazing watching these people do this the last couple of days. Like Ziggy's like, guys, give him a round of applause. It's the one and only Agent Ernie Shell. And they're like, oh yeah, the phone. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like how long do I have to watch this? But the worst part is like the where Candace is. Like I'm watching this, like just beating my head into the wall. Like I just want to fucking say it, right? Because they're all wrong and they're all lying. And that's only what I'm trying to get y'all to pay attention to. No, I don't defend rap. And for the record, I don't like rap. Okay. Don't like rap. Not a friend of his, not a supporter of his. Okay. I didn't defend him yesterday. I wasn't white knighting for him. I wasn't defending for him. I wasn't happy with Candace. I wasn't defending Candace. Okay. I was actually upset with her. Right. So these are all lies, right? Gaslighting white boy. I love it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Right. So especially when you talk about this case, keep doing it. All of you. So when you do that, I get to take that little section, make you look retarded, and then what you're saying about this case, which is already retarded, but now I get to show how super retarded it is. And it's just very joyful. Fred said they dipped his phone. Never heard it called that before. They dipped his phone. So I don't dipped it in the water. Like, what does that mean? No, they scrub it. They scrub it. They scrub your data. They don't want a little bit of the data. They don't want to dip and tabble in it. They don't want to tinker around with it. They want to scrub that motherfucker clean so they have it all. Fred he had a light bulb with a big giant lighter in his hand when he said that comment last. That's what happened. He was dipping he was dipping the meth pipe. He was dipping the big lighter. He was dipping the torch on the meth pipe when he said that. Nicolina is smart. She knows Ziggy is nothing but drama and backstabbing, and she took the high road. Nicolina is like a 45-year-old woman who calls herself a mean girl. The mean girls. Like those chicks were lame in high school. They're not cool now. Like it's crazy. Nicolina is a person. Talked to her one time, and this is what she said. Hey man, we're off the internet now, so we can break character. What? I don't play a character. This is me. This is just me. So you told me everything that I needed to know. That's why there's one phone call. Again, I'm never going to say, guys, here's the great Nicolina, the one and only, the mean girl. It's never going to happen. Never. Of course he is, Kim. Thank you. On who, Miss Harmony? I believe TBI is looking for Fred. That's my opinion. I don't think Fred Hill has nothing to do. I don't know, man. I'm just reading the room. It's interesting. I don't understand these comments. And Kim, I love you. You've been a subscriber a long time, but I just wish people would say more about this. I see these comments a lot. I believe, and I don't even know who you're talking about, but I'm just going to use your comment as a talking point real fast. I don't understand. I believe law enforcement knows exactly what happened. Like that's I don't understand that one because I'm one that believes like the FBI is they're kind of smart. I believe the TBI is very smart. I believe police ain't dumb, and I believe like it's just wild to me to believe. I don't believe that there's like some um, conspiracy with law enforcement in the case. I actually tend to believe that they would love to solve this case. I actually tend to believe that this is a huge case and it would make them look and like their whole department shine. You know, the cops, I've been getting in trouble my whole life. There's been 0 times where the cops knew something I did and didn't come get me. Like, I wish that happened. Like, I really wish that happened. Actually, they did once. They did once. They held the warrants. They held on barging into my house on serving the warrants because they were gaining more, and then they came and got me. What's up, Candace? Exploited innocence. What is this? Oh, I'm waiting on that. Wait, boy, don't you know it was Jenkins and them that pushed rap on Candace? I don't know. No, I don't know that. I like Jenkins. I know there's people who look, man. I like Jenkins and I like Daisy. You know, I don't. Why do I have to pick a side? I like them both. You know, I support them both. You know, for me, what I do is like if they're beefing, I just don't go over there. I might be watching, laughing or something, but I'm not going to go support one over the other. Or it's a thing, and I've said this for years on YouTube. Like if you like a creator, and they're like going through it with another creator, the best thing to do is probably just like sit back, because somebody is going to send a screenshot of your words to the creator, especially if you only like comment on one of the lives or something, and they're going to feel some type of way that you're over there, block you or something like that. It's just better like to be out of it, you know, because 9 times out of 10, whatever's going on, it'll be cleared up and done with next week anyhow. So what? You just can't comment in the live? Fuck it. You know, that's just what I do, and I'm friends with a lot of creators, but I don't know, man. I at the same time, everybody's grown. You can go wherever you want. You can say whatever you want, but it's just a rule of thumb that I do because I'm a creator and I've been in that situation, and it's weird, you know what I'm saying? Some people feel like in that situation they can go in and crack jokes about both of them and stuff. I don't know. I don't know who's reading it. I don't know who is looking at it, who's in the bushes. There's a lot of elements to this, right? But so my rule of thumb is I'll fall back, right? I'll fall back. That's just how I do it. All right, man. I'm gonna jump off this, guys. I had to debunk this. Candace, give up the gun. No, I'm just joking. It's ridiculous. It's stupid, and it's just another. It's another way of. It's so retarded, and I didn't see any comments that were pro Ziggy. Now Ziggy is gonna go live. She's gonna get really mad about what I'm saying here. She's not going to push back on anything that I said. I mean, what is she going to do? Is she going to say that, oh, the part where he showed me talking, that's not really what I said? Nope. What is she going to do? Here's what she'll do, or her friends. The common sense Google searches that I showed and we reviewed on this live, she'll try to make a way around it. Right? This is very simple, people. The fact of the matter is, if there was anything on any phone, there would be no talking to Don on the phone. There would be no live about a thing with rap because they'd be in jail. They don't have that. You know, you cannot sit here and watch idiots tell you misinformation and then get mad at law enforcement and press them to do the job as they're not working on it already. I've said this for a long time, and just as of late, I forgot to ask Don on the phone, but TBI is trying to give all the tips to Hawkins County. I've been saying that forever over here. Not that. I've been saying people shouldn't report false, ridiculous claims that they watch on YouTube. Like, let's be real. Do you think that somebody watching Ziggy and Ernie and Voices, do you really think that TBI didn't get a fraudulent tip about this guy Rap and Candace and Summerwell's mother admitted to whatever the fuck lie it was on the phone? This is people, in my opinion. Well, here's a fact. They've publicly asked people stop twice. And in my opinion, they just want Hawkins County to deal with it because that's all the tips they get. I'm actually somebody who has flown drones, searched in the woods, hung up flyers in Tennessee, hung up flyers in 3 different counties in Florida. I use a YouTube channel to bring awareness. But what I don't do is say Summer's Army and think that I'm doing something. No, I'm more proactive. I don't watch tragedy pimps tell me basic lies that can be debunked off simple Google searches and bother the TBI. But for some odd reason, there's people who just call themselves Summer's Army, don't get involved, don't do anything. And by anything, you can simply share a photo, put all over your social media. No, their awareness is, I'm going to log into YouTube and say Summer's Army with a purple heart. But I'm doing more than what you did. No, bitch, you didn't do nothing of what I did. Nothing. It's frustrating. Everybody should make the best of their ability, however they can do it, to do something. It's not about who's. Maybe you can't search. Maybe you don't know how to fly a drone. Share a photo. Don't talk shit about the AI photo that you don't like. Share it. And it's wild. People don't do it. But anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. I'm getting off this thing. I got wifey in the other room. I love y'all. I'm out of here. Share her photo. Please send me any and all stupid, ridiculous lies, because we're going to keep debunking them in full detail like we did tonight. We're going to continue to do it until we knock this misinformation down. You'll get zero response from Ziggy. You'll get gaslighting and you'll get ways around, but no receipts, no facts. And I want to be called Empress Mateo from now on. My new name is Empress Mateo, and I'm doing tarot card readings. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe to my clip channel at WHITEBOY Radio Clips. And in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe, stay smart. Peace.